And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry. That's Occupancy. We should have Manny joining us. Here he is right now. Um, we are going to break down some baseball games. So I picked 4 games that we'll go over, and then we'll go over a last pitch as we usually do. No basketball today, no hockey today, but we will have the Stanley Cup final starting tomorrow. Which will be a good one for sure. Markel says leaving tonight with a win. Last night was pretty good for me. Dodgers run line over Giants, over 8 in the Giants, and Boston -1.5. I like it. We'll get to some of those games here right away. We'll start in the first one. No big surprise. Baltimore and Toronto is on the slate here. Plus 180 for the Orioles, -220 for the Jays. A total of 9 in this one. I said it yesterday. I've been waiting and waiting for the Jays to get to face Baltimore, and basically exactly what I wanted happened. Every single Blue Jays player got a hit, so all my player hit parlays cashed. I think I had about 4 of them. They all cashed because every player got a hit. The first 5 cashed. The team total over cashed. The Jays cashed the full game over themselves if anybody bet that. So it was just a great game. Now, obviously, Manoah's not on the mound. It is going to be Kikuchi here for the Jays, Lyles for the Orioles. But I still like the Jays here. But I've decided to tackle it a little bit differently today. I have Toronto team total over 5.5 again at plus 110. And then I have the full game over 9 at -110. I like runs on both sides. And then I like Blue Jays, obviously, to score 6 or more. Lyles in 4 games against Toronto, he's 1-1 with a 7.79 ERA. Kikuchi in 2 games against the Orioles, he's 1-1 with a 4.15 ERA. So both teams have been able to hit these pitchers, and I do expect a lot of runs, but I do expect the Blue Jays to get the win. I just don't feel like taking them on the -1.5 in this one, just because with Kikuchi, you never know. I could see the Jays winning something like a 6-5 game, or we could have something like a 10-9 game. Who knows? We'll have to see. But I do expect a lot of runs here. Occupancy, Orioles and Blue Jays. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, Terry. Obviously, I don't watch every single play of every game with the Blue Jays. They're an out of market game for me, but I do I try to catch a little bit when I can, and follow in stats and trends, and do the best I can with it. But like just from like analyzing Kikuchi's last outing, I was watching that game, and there was a bloop over Chapman's head, and that kind of led to a run, and I didn't think that was necessarily Kikuchi's fault. Things just got out of hand with it though, and then they pulled him. So 2 camps, right? One, people think it's a bounce back spot, or the next one is fade the guy one more time and then he'll bounce back. I'm gonna go with the latter on that. Baltimore's third in run line profit if you just took them on the spread. Over on covers they show that. So I just took a shot with the plus 1.5 for Baltimore. If he bounces back, great. If they keep it close, Baltimore's sneaky. I don't expect them to win the series every time, but maybe they take 1 out of 2, and then that's kind of good for them. But no, that's it for me here.
All right, Manny, Orioles and Blue Jays. Did the Blue Jays make you money yesterday?
Absolutely. There's no other option. I mean, Baltimore, divisional opponent. We know how those games can go. But the Jays, I remember I was fading the Jays probably about a week and a half ago when they came back from their road trip, and I'm sipping the Kool-Aid now, and it's extra sweet, too much sugar. The bats are come alive. I heard a crazy thing where I guess in the last 7 games between these 2 opponents, the Jays have like 80 runs versus Baltimore's 15, something ridiculous like that. I mean, 10 runs, 8 runs. I mean, runs are the thing. So I'm definitely with you there. Definitely. I mean, you look at Lyles on the road, he's, it's where his ERA gets inflated, 2-4 with a 6.69. The Jays hit him pretty well. Hernandez Teoscar's had great success. Vladdy's had good success. So for me, the play is going to be F5 over. I believe it's over 4.5. So I'm going to take the Jays. I'm going to take the over in that. Again, Kikuchi's last start, it was brutal. He's walking guys. He's giving up base hits. And I believe that was to the Royals. Was that to the Royals? Yeah. I mean, the worst team in baseball. I mean, if you're giving up runs to them, I mean, now Kikuchi is good at home. His ERA is a little bit better. He's got a 2.93 at home. And it is kind of a bounce back spot, right? He's going to come out, try to do his best. But between the walks and the hits and the Jays bats, I'll take F5 over in this game.
Right.
Now, sorry, I want to throw something else in there. Just another play that I had going on there.
Yeah.
Like I said, Teoscar Hernandez, he's heating up. He's on a 6-game hitting streak. His last outing, he was 3 for 5. I'm also looking at possibly playing a Teoscar 3+ total bases at plus 170. Yeah, I could definitely see a double, possibly even a homer. He's already homered off of Lyles in the past, so there you go.
So you see a big game from Hernandez tonight.
Yeah, I see them probably trying to avoid Vladdy, perhaps. He's the big name in the lineup. Well, guess what we got next? It's Teoscar.
I like it. We'll move on to the second game here. The White Sox, minus 200, are in Detroit, plus 170, a total of 7.5 in this one. The White Sox are minus 200 favorites, and for a very good reason. Dylan Cease for the White Sox loves to play Detroit. In 10 games against Detroit in his career, he's 9-0 with a 2.08 ERA. This is his favorite team to face. The White Sox are starting to heat up here, so I'm going to take them. I have the White Sox first 5 -0.5 at minus 121. Kind of getting towards my cutoff price for that, but I like Cease to keep this game close. For the Detroit, I don't see Detroit putting up very much, and then I think the White Sox can hit this rookie that'll be in. So I like the White Sox here, first 5 -0.5, and then I also have their money line and a couple parlays. I'll put my parlays here on the bottom of the screen shortly. Occupancy, White Sox and Tigers. What do you think on this one?
Not much to argue or contend about, Terry. I'm absolutely looking the same way in this direction here. Watching that Cease outing last game and was on the Dodgers side on that one. I didn't necessarily, things just kind of blew up and got out of hand. Middle of the game, it looked like a hot day out there. But I think the White Sox bats actually woke up. And then the last 4 games, they got 8-9, 6-9 on their runs for. So they're putting the ball into play and getting a home plate, and that's what's important here. So I'm already committed to the White Sox money line and a parlay, and then I'll be trying to live bet their team total overs. Oh, and I also heard some people talking about Cease case. I didn't get to it, but there's a couple like looks and write-ups out there for that one.
All right. Manny, what do you think here? White Sox, Detroit.
Yeah, no, we're all, we know Cease's record. I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, you can't really argue that. Alexander, Tyler, he's coming back, off of a little bit of a stint on the DL. So, with that being said, I expect Cease to bounce back. That kind of a performance as a possible Cy Young candidate, you can't have that sort of thing. Divisional opponent, you own them. So, I'm looking at the F5. I'm looking at F5 on the run line. And I'm willing to do that there. I'll take the minus 140 Chicago White Sox. First 5 on the run line with Cease on the mound. Another little interesting play I was looking at as well was just the stats. Harold Castro apparently has figured out Cease to a certain extent. He's hitting 10 for 23, against Cease in his career. Overall he's batting 295, so he can put the ball in play. Little play there on Harold Castro to get 2+ total bases at plus 120. Another thing as well, Abreu. He smokes this guy, Tyler Alexander. Abreu's 10 for 20. So there's a good enough sample size there. He's batting 500 over 20 at-bats. I'll be willing to see Abreu possibly get a double, maybe a homer as well. So we'll take him as well as 2+ total bases at minus 105.
All right. I like it. Go White Sox. We'll jump into the next game here. The Royals, Kansas City, plus 205, are headed to San Francisco for the second game in their series here, minus 245, a total of 8 in this one. Logan Webb has not won a game in 5 starts, 4 no decisions in his last 4 games. But on the other side, it's Chris Bubic, who's 0-3 with a 9.13 ERA. And on the road, let me get it up here. On the road, he has an 18 ERA in 2 games. So he has not enjoyed playing on the road. And now he has to come to the San Francisco team, who was slumping earlier. But now they've won 4 in a row and are 7-3 in their last 10 at home. I think this is going to be a big game for San Francisco. I really like them to be leading throughout. I want to talk anybody off the first 5. I'm on the full game run line, minus 115. I think you could even go a step further and take the minus 2.5. I really think this is going to be a big game for the Giants. Webb, he's going to break that streak. He's going to get a win here, and I think it's going to be a convincing one. Occupancy, Royals and Giants. What do you think here?
Yeah, Terry, don't have any disagreement with you on that one. I'm not looking at a side. I feel like if we got to 8 with the Kansas City's best pitcher yesterday, I think we can get to 8 again and over. So I'm going to take a shot. It's minus 120 at my book. Shop around as always. But also maybe look for like an in-game over as well. Maybe get a better price. But I think we can get runs in this one.
All right. I like it. Manny, Royals and Giants. What do you think of this one?
Yeah. Webb, it was kind of surprising to see that number, 5 games. I mean, geez, he was almost considered their ace of their staff to a certain point. So definitely we can see him snapping the schneid again against Kansas City, who is literally, if not the worst team in baseball record-wise, they're top or bottom 3 or bottom 2. So with that being said, I mean, at home, Webb just had an incredible run there where he had like 20 games at home. He was just on fire at home. So, this is where he picks it back up. The team's going to pick him back up. I'm looking at playing San Francisco on the run line in the first 5, minus 1.5, plus 110. I think they'll get out to a good start for Webb to pick up their guy. Webb's going to come out determined against a terrible hitting Kansas City team. And I think that we can be up a couple of runs before we get to the end of the first 5. So that's going to be my play on that. We snap the streak for Webb. You pick up your pitcher. That's what we do in this game.
All right. I like it. We'll move on along to the 4th game here before we get to last pitch. Angels, plus 170, are headed to the LA to face the Dodgers, minus 200. Total of 8.5 in this one. I'm sure, Manny, you'll have something to say about the Angels pitcher. So I'll just go and bring up Gonsolin's stats. At home this year, in 5 games, he's 4-0 with a 1 ERA. and he's at home. This Dodgers team is in a funk right now, but they're coming off a day off, and they're facing their inner state rival here in the Angels. And the Angels are slumping still. And I think it's a great spot for the Dodgers to bounce back here. Obviously, there's a huge pitching advantage if you look at the stats. But I really like the Dodgers here to bounce back. I'm on their first 5 minus a half, minus 125. I'm also on the Dodgers full game, minus 1.5. And then as you can see below, they're in most of my parlays here as well, or a few of them. I like the Dodgers to bounce back here in this one. Occupancy, Angels and Dodgers. What do you think here?
Yeah, Gonsolin's an interesting character. When all the Dodgers wagons were going off earlier, I know they're hitting a little slump. Had a little rough time there in the Bay Area, but it's back to the Dodgers run line for me. Every time I tried to fade Gonsolin, I'd end up on his baseball reference page, and I'm like, this is a California kid. Like, grew up in Vacaville, went to college in the East Bay, like. And every time I'm like, why am I having money on the D-backs when they're trying to play the Dodgers with Gonsolin? It's like every time it's like same mistake. But with that said, I'm looking towards jumping on the right wagon this time around and going with that minus 1.5. I think, Syndergaard. I was trying to back him earlier in the year. Just Manny wants to talk more about stats and stuff, but he just hasn't. Like, he doesn't scare me off as much as maybe he was going to in the beginning of the season. So I think, Dodgers run line was a good ticket, a couple weeks back. I think hopefully it can be a good one tonight.
All right. Manny, Angels and Dodgers. You sure nailed this Angels team and Syndergaard previously. What do you think happens here in this one?
Well, how else can you say it? Thor's lost his hammer. You know what I mean? He's nothing without it. So, the road record speaks for itself. The fact that he's just not, he doesn't have the same velocity. He's just not the same guy. Like you said, the Dodgers at home. Yeah, he's going to bounce back today. Freddie Freeman's had great success for him or against him, playing for the Braves in the past, and Trey Turner. We all know him quite well. Freddie's batting, 10 for 23 at a, 435 batting average against him. So healthy Dodgers lineup, scuffling Angels. The coaching fire didn't help them, I guess. But, with that being said, with Gonsolin on the mound, again, he's trying to reach for that Cy Young, and he's going to be pitched quite well. So I'm looking at the first 5. I'll take him minus 130. Minus half a run there. Try to make an argument for the Angels, and it's tough to make an argument, so I won't even argue it. Let's get the first 5 Dodgers. Let's have fun.
The only thing I could think of is maybe the Dodgers are really in a bad funk, like a really bad one, and the day off doesn't help. Maybe they lose, but I don't see it. Not with this team.
It's Syndergaard on the mound. You give me Shohei on the mound, it's a different ballgame, right?
Exactly. Last pitch. We'll go over anything else that we have to give out. I'll just kind of skim through the games here. Like I said, with the Toronto game, I don't have my parlay player hit parlays currently, but you could basically look at any Blue Jays player in the lineup and parlay them with other Blue Jays players, and you'll be good. Atlanta, Washington, as you see my parlays, I like Atlanta to keep the streak going. Max Fried is Atlanta's best pitcher and is facing a rookie here against Washington. I like for the Braves to keep things going. Miami, Philly. Miami, I needed them first 5. They came through for me. Didn't come through in the full game, but the first 5 was where I had most of my money, so I was happy that they cashed yesterday. Today, Trevor Rogers has not been good all year long, and now he has to face this Philly team that is pretty darn good against lefties. I'm on Philly team total over 4.5 at plus 100. I like them to score some runs against Miami today. Tampa Bay, New York Yankees, I'm not touching. I don't have an opinion whatsoever. Oakland, Boston, I'm on Boston -1.5 at -108. I like for the Red Sox to continue rolling here. Pavetta, off a bad game. I think he bounces back in this one. Brewers, Mets, no opinion. Hauser and Bassett, both teams kind of struggling right now. No opinion really for me. I'm on the Padres in my parlay there. I like the Padres to get the win against the Cubs. Houston, Texas. I'm on Texas team total over 4. Urquidy has not been good this year and has been giving up runs left and right. I look for Texas to get some runs against him. Cleveland, Colorado. I did not touch this game. I like Cleveland to win, but I'm not overly excited to back them at this price. Not touching Cincinnati, Arizona. Would lean with the over. And then Twins and Mariners. I'm backing the Twins in the first 5 money line and Twins on the full game money line. Joe Ryan has been great for the Twins. Gilbert has been good for Seattle as well, but this Twins team is just rolling right now, and I like for them to continue it. And that is everything in the world of baseball. Occupancy, anything else in the card that you want to give out today?
Yeah, Tara, I think we're seeing the board kind of not the completely same way, but in a similar way today, which kind of makes me feel good. You know, you've been doing well, so I appreciate that. And just roll through a couple ways I'm looking for this card. This Miami Philly game, I got the over. I got over 8.5 at a -115. Did the research and was looking into it, and I just think with the way Miami and Philly had been playing previously before last night's pitching duel, those runs continue with just the way these pitchers are, and I like this game to go over. So let's get some runs. Tampa Bay, New York. I didn't get to it. I love watching these games. I was pretty in tune with their last series together. It's a good matchup there, and just get this on and try to take a side live after I see kind of how they come out on that one. Didn't get to a side either with Oakland and Boston today. Milwaukee and the Mets, I got the over. I think, off a long road trip for New York, we did pretty well. I could just see Bassett at home getting hit a little bit, and Hauser. So I think I got at an 8. I think I got that one at an 8. So -105. So I think we can get up there. Just rolling through. San Diego, I like them on the money line tonight. I like backing Manaea, and they played pretty tight game with the Cubs last night and found a way to win. And I think they can get that job done tonight as well. I'm on Texas on that side. I think Dunning has been a little better this year than maybe previously, and Texas is kind of a wagon right now. They've been playing well, so I'll be on that side. I've heard both on the next one, but I'm also on Cleveland. I think the Guardians are going to be happy to get out of the Ohio weather there and get some balls flying. Like, I don't know. I bet the over 2 in a parlay, and I think Cleveland can get the job done. I'm on Arizona as well. First 5 money line. That was I had the over last night. We won by a hook. Not going to be touching a total today. That pan's hot. I'm going to let it cool down a bit over there for the totals. And then that's actually my last look on the card.
All right. Rasim says Blue Jays only won since the Minnesota series. Well, why haven't you been betting them since the Minnesota series? If you've been betting them since the Minnesota series, You'd be pretty happy right now. Isaac says Avs -1.5. We will get to that tomorrow. But I have a feeling we'll be against each other quite often in that series. Spliff says, how do you all feel about Seattle first five? I'm against you. If you're on Seattle first five, I like the Twins. They're playing great ball right now. And then
I'm gonna try. I'm just looking at an over in that one. Like I think it's low at a 7.5. So I think early on we can get a 6. Something, you know.
All right. And then Isaac says Seattle stinks. So there we go. Manny, last pitch. Anything else on the baseball card that you want to go over?
Yeah, we'll look at that Minnesota-Seattle one, actually. Joe Ryan against Logan Gilbert, 2 solid pitchers overall, record ERA-wise. Yeah, I'm actually looking at making a play here on Seattle money line in the first 5. So I'm kind of with my friend there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, Minnesota's been playing good baseball since that last Yankees series. Obviously, they're ready to go. They're hyped up. Last night was a close game. Seattle, they got the pieces in order to compete. And I figure with Joe Ryan just coming off the IL again, he was out since May 25th. You're not sure what you're going to get with him in the first 5 innings. Meanwhile, Logan Gilbert, he's been quite well. 1 run, 3 hits in 5 innings in his last outing. Seattle at home, I can definitely see them giving a good effort. And so I'll take Seattle on the run line the money line, first 5 -125. It's a little play there. And I was looking at the Yankees Tampa Bay. Yeah, great series, always competitive. These guys, you can't figure out how Tampa Bay competes with them every year, but somehow they do. Cole against Kluber. Kluber. Yeah, not the same Kluber we used to know. So with that being said, Cole coming off of a little bit of a rough start. I can see Kluber giving up some home runs, giving up some runs. I'm going to take the over in that game. Looking here, it's 7.5. I'll take the over -118. Again, hopefully Cole, gets back to normal. It's not every day he gives up 3 home runs like that. But Kluber's who I'm really looking to get hit well. So I'll take the over in that game. In terms of the Mets, I'm looking at the Mets to bounce back again. Bassett, he's one of the big acquisitions in the offseason. At home again. Again, Hauser, not the best on the road. Milwaukee's having a hard time hitting the baseball. So, definitely I'll take the Mets first 5 as well on the money line. That's what I'm looking at moving forward.
All right. And is there anything else? Or is that it?
Well, you know what? There's some interesting games on the slate.
Yeah, there's lots. So yeah, hey, what? give out whatever you want to.
Okay. I'm definitely with you. Boston, minus the run line. I'll definitely take them on the run line. Boston, the A's rookie pitcher, nothing special. Pivetta, like you said, really showing his wares. And Boston at home, they're trying to catch the Yankees just like the Jays are. They can't afford to lose these kind of games. So yeah, I'll take Boston on the run line as well, -113, full game total. And yeah, and I'm good right there.
All right. Isaac says I got Votto, Machado, and Freeman home run. What do you guys think about it? I like Machado and Freeman. I would just pick those 2, but that's just my opinion. Do you guys have any opinion on this?
I was going to say I like Votto and Freeman. Just with weird wind in Wrigley sometimes. I don't know. But yeah.
All right. And then, Manny, any thoughts on this?
Well, no, like I said, Freeman's numbers against this guy here is pretty good. So I can see Freeman possibly launching one out.
All right. And then Toby says Isaac's in his 4th stream asking about this home run parlay. So I guess he's been asking quite a few different shows.
Taking a poll.
Yeah, I'll be at the Red Sox game tonight with big cash and first 5 run line. Good luck, Jay Shank. Go Red Sox tonight. Isaac says, I hate you, Toby. Freeman, good numbers versus the pitcher. Yes. And then Toby says, love you, Alex. We will jump right into best bets now. We'll jump right into the best bets segment here. Bring up. And we'll start with dog of the day, as we always do. For me, my only dog that I'm betting today is the Minnesota Twins. So they're my dog of the day. Nick is going with the Cincinnati Reds. And occupancy, you are taking the Texas Rangers. No dog for Bryant. Manny, is there a dog on the slate that you like tonight?
Absolutely. I'm going to go with Miami in money line, plus 134. I know Rogers hadn't been up to snuff thus far this year. Again, his past history against the team, not so bad. I personally think that, obviously we all know Miami's a little bit of a sneaky team. This series, again, very, very intense series. The fact that they took the L last night doesn't change their focus and determination in trying to compete in this division. I can see them possibly pulling one out where no one expects them to. And, that'll be my dog today.
All right. Yeah, Miami actually has a very good record against Philadelphia. I don't have the exact numbers up here. But, for some reason, Philadelphia has struggled with Miami in the past. So we'll see what happens. We'll move on to over or under. We went back and forth with quite a few different ones here. And just came up with Baltimore, Toronto over 9. I don't see there not being at least 10 runs in this game. So over 9 there. Nick is taking New York Mets and Milwaukee over 8. And then Brian and occupancy both taking the same one, Miami and Philadelphia over 8.5. Manny, is there a total that you like today?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Tampa Bay, New York game. Cole Kluber, beautiful names that we're all familiar with. But, hopefully Cole gets back on track. Actually, hopefully he doesn't for the sake of me. So we'll take the over there, 7.5 minus 114.
All right. And then best bets, best parlay pieces. I was a minus 4.75 units not too long ago, and now I'm minus 0.75. So I'm getting right back to trying to get here to even. And the 2-game parlays have been working, so I'm going to stick with it. Atlanta and the White Sox, both on the money line, parlay together, plus 114. And then my best parlay piece is Toronto team total over 3.5, which I have in one of my parlays down there. It's a pretty basic play. Nick is going Cleveland Guardians minus 1.5 as his best bet. Cleveland Guardians money line as his parlay piece. Bryant is doing a 2-game parlay. He's taking the Mets minus 0.5 in the first 5 and the Yankees minus 0.5 in the first 5 for plus 210. And then his parlay piece is the Dodgers first 5 team total over 1.5. So I guess he's not staying off the Dodgers. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's hard to stay off the Dodgers in this spot. And then occupancy, you are going with another 3-gamer. You were so close to your one yesterday. Today, White Sox money line, Texas plus 1.5, and Baltimore plus 1.5. Interesting for plus 401. And that one, and you're taking San Diego money line as your parlay piece.
Yeah, I'm minus 4 units in the standing. So when I was like putting them together, the plus 401 was just like, all right, get me right back to even. Like this could be the one. We'll see.
All right. Best of luck, Manny. Best bet, best parlay piece. What do you think here?
In terms of my best bet, I got a little bit of a parlay here. I'm going to take San Francisco. I'm going to take the Dodgers. I'm going to take the Mets and the Red Sox, all on the money line at plus 398. A little bit
San
chalky.
Francisco plus the Dodgers plus the Mets
and the Red Sox, all on the money line at plus 398. It's bounce back for Webb. Gosselin, we know what he does. The Mets, we're going to pick it up for Bassett at home. And the Red Sox against a rookie pitcher. you got to catch them Yankees. So can't afford to lose this one.
All right. And parlay piece?
And my parlay piece will be simply the Red Sox on the money line.
All right. And that is it. That is the show. Best luck to everybody tonight. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. And we will see you again tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, for another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. And best of luck tonight, guys. IceX, to finish us off on, says Boston Red Sox, the #1 MLB team.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
He's a Boston fan, so that explains that.
You would have to be.
Yeah. Best of luck tonight, guys, and we'll talk to you later.